Okay, so it's been a minute since a video was this requested of me, but I can't tell you how many people have actually sent me this. Today's article comes from Digital Trends, titled Why I Sold My Awesome Gaming PC and Bought a MacBook Pro. Oh boy. And I had never heard of Digital Trends, so naturally, first thing I did was look at the other articles that they tend to push out. I took a visit to their homepage and found wonderful things, such as watch this robot peel a banana without slipping up. The dark web's biggest marketplace just got taken down. Well, good golly gosh, I have to click on that. How to block text messages on Samsung? Because people don't know how to use a block button in 2022. So yeah, what I'm getting at is it's one of those websites. So it really shouldn't be a surprise that they also published this. Before I start, let me plug myself. Twitter's on screen, donation link in the description, link to my band in the description. It's cool, I think. I have ditched my relatively powerful gaming PC in exchange for the breezy console life, and also threw in a new MacBook Pro while I was at it. I know how it sounds, but give me a chance to explain.
I don't even have time to explain why I don't have—
Shut up! Oh my god, I don't care!
My reasons won't work for everyone, but I'm already loving my life away from my gaming PC, even if it won't last forever. Little backstory on me, I actually have a MacBook Air. I don't remember what generation it is, but I got it at the beginning of 2021, and it was new then, so whatever generation that is. And I had a MacBook Pro from like 2015, I think, before that. The old MacBook Pros, honestly, are way better. The new the newest line of MacBooks, I don't know what they did, but the newest line of MacBooks are fucking awful. Like, Mac has always been overpriced as shit, but good lord, the newest, I don't know what they did. I don't know if it's the fact that they changed from Intel to the Apple CPU or whatever, but the new MacBooks are terrible. They're slow, they're crashy. I don't know what they did, but the new MacBooks are terrible. I started my PC gaming journey in 2016 with the purchase of an Alienware 15... Shocker, the guy who started with Alienware is going to a MacBook. Oh my god. I started my PC gaming journey in 2016 with the purchase of an Alienware 15R3 after 26 years as a strictly console gamer. Although it was big and heavy, despite being slimmed down from the previous version, who cares if your PC is big and heavy? You're not moving it around. I enjoyed being able to finally get superior frame rates and graphics compared to the Xbox One or PS4. Yeah, I was doing that on a GTX 1050. You didn't need an Alienware for that. However, the allure of desktop gaming and the ability to swap out components instead of being stuck on whatever the laptop was configured for was too much to resist. I needed to build my own computer, and that was where my journey truly began. So you went with Alienware, a company that is notoriously overpriced and difficult to work with. I can tell that you really do your research before making big decisions, like writing articles. My first build was modest, yet decently powerful for 1080p gaming. An AMD Ryzen 5 2600, I used to have that. 16 gigabytes of RAM and an RTX 2060, all in an NZXT H500 case. After a detour into the small form factor world, I steadily upgraded my rig to an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X, I think that's what I have now, and 32 gigs of RAM, and was one of the lucky ones to score an RTX 3070 on launch day. Well, good golly gosh, I can't wait to hear about how your 3070 rig was somehow inferior to a MacBook and a console. My upgraded PC allowed me to do everything from record and edit my own YouTube videos. Oh my god, someone find his YouTube channel for me. To delve into older PC games I'd missed out on, like Borderlands 2, Jade Empire, Half-Life, CSGO, and Vanquish. That is a weird selection of games, but okay, you do you. I even happily left my controller behind on Call of Duty sessions to fully embrace mouse and keyboard like a reasonable person. That is nice. Let's keep going. Don't worry, it gets worse. So why in the world would I give up my gaming and productivity powerhouse, go to the dark side that is Apple and consoles? All that money spent on the PCs and the MacBook, and you don't even notice when Google Docs or Word puts the little blue line under sentences that don't make sense. Productivity powerhouse, go to the dark side. It's to go, not go to, it's to go. And why did you go to the dark side? In a word, simplicity. Oh my good lord. Yes, you had a gaming PC, but that was too complicated. So you bought a Mac and a console. Two different machines with two different UIs and two different methods of operation because you wanted to simplify. great. When I first got into PC gaming, I really enjoyed being able to get higher frame rates at higher resolutions and fidelity than the consoles. However, after purchasing both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, good lord, you're just fucking loaded now, aren't you? Be a little more fucking discreet with the money you have, good lord. Like, oh yeah, I had an Alienware, and then I built a different PC, and then I got a MacBook, and I have a PS5 and a Series X. Like, fucking hell, bro, you did, like, Jesus Christ. I can't tell if you're just padding the article or flaunting your wealth. Either way, it's really stupid. However, after purchasing both the PS5 and Xbox Series X, I've been able to appreciate the newer features that I can't get on a PC. For example, quality of life features like instant resume on the Xbox Series X make playthroughs of longer games more palatable since my gaming time is very limited. The Xbox Series X even has AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution upscaling tech thrown in for good measure. I love this. Like, you literally had no reason to say anything about AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution, but there's already an article on this dog shit site about it, so you threw it in there so you could link it. I'm not gonna click on it because I don't want to give you more clicks, but you can't get instant resume on a PC. Like, yeah, sure, it's not called instant resume. Like, do we not see the issue here? Do we not see the irony here? The man who bought a PS5 and a Series X and a MacBook Pro and has had gaming PCs and is a gaming journalist or tech journalist or whatever he wants to call himself, he's making the claim that the Series X is better than the PC because of the fucking, like, 30-40 seconds that's saved with instant resume. Instead of fiddling around with numerous settings to try and get the perfect frame rate, I can just choose performance mode on my console. Yes, because less options for your own games on your own machine is a good thing. Your time is so fucking precious that you can't go into your game menu, change 3 settings, but you can go into the Xbox game menu and change 1 setting. Instead of dealing with unpolished PC ports, graphics card driver problems, and random issues with games that have to account for any number of PC configurations, I can play a game that was specifically made for the console itself. There's that classic argument. Unpolished PC ports. Oh, like what? Graphics card driver problems. Like what? I don't remember any recent ones of those. And random issues that games have to account for any number of PC configuration. Again, you basically said that twice. You said unpolished PC ports and then random issues with PC games. Well, like, why'd you say that twice? Like, do you charge by the word? And I really don't care if you're playing a game that's specifically made for the console itself, if it has less options. Like, yeah, congratulations, you can run your game 2 ways. I hope you like those 2 ways, because if you don't, you're shit out of luck. No additional settings, no mods, no third-party software to help your performance. Like, really? Like, I understand if people just want to get a game, put it in, and not think about that. I totally get that. But you're trying to make both the simplicity argument and the performance argument at the same time, and that just doesn't work. You have to pick one. Because I own both a gaming PC and an Xbox Series X, I could do direct comparison of Xbox Game Pass titles since they were native to both platforms. I distinctly remember playing Guardians of the Galaxy on the PC, only to have it crash and corrupt my save file. I experienced no such issues on the Xbox. I realize that's anecdotal. Many people have enjoyed that game on PC, but this one bugged me in particular. And it's an example of the kind of thing that just happens sometimes on the PC. And the console. That's one of the reasons I switched to PC. I switched to PC in 2017, partially in response to all the problems I was having on the Xbox One. Games frequently crashing, saves frequently corrupting, performance just generally being shit. And I recognize that's the Xbox One and not the Series X, but you admit that this is anecdotal, and you admit that people enjoy the game on PC, but then you finish this off with, it's an example of the kind of thing that just happens sometimes on PC. And console, buddy. If we're going to use anecdotal evidence on one side of the argument, we have to allow anecdotal evidence on the other side, and guess what? Both sides have anecdotal evidence. Do you realize why anecdotal evidence is not a great method of debate for this? It goes beyond just the typical complaints about PC gaming. My family and I like to play games together. Recently, my daughter and I finished up It Takes Two, a cute yet surprisingly mature take on divorce and the effect it has on children. You can technically play online with another person, but I can't do that with my daughter as she doesn't have a gaming PC. Playing on the couch together allowed us to bond together and yell at each other when we were trying to get past levels that require cooperation. Yes, thank you Xbox for inventing local co-op. That is a thing that apparently is just not on PC, I guess. The PS5's DualSense controller has been a literal game changer in some cases. Many games I've played, such as Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, take advantage of the triggers to finely tune shooting or carefully modulate some game mechanic that requires precision. Most of the games on PC don't have that level of integration with the DualSense controller, with the possible exception of, again, what's with this fucking, if you're going to harp on about simplicity and about all the great amazing tech purchases you have and all the knowledge you have, can you at least type actual sentences? What is this? This is amateurish. With the possible exception of PC ports of PlayStation exclusive games like God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes, great. Yes, the PC doesn't have as good of DualSense integration. Okay, most of us don't fucking care because we have a million other controllers that we can use and we have a million other games that we can play other than the ones that have the DualSense integration. Like, in the grand scheme of things, is DualSense integration really that much of a game changer to you? It seems like you justifying your purchase after you already made it instead of the other way around, which is how purchasing decisions should be made if you're an adult. Don't get me started on all the game launchers required for PC gaming. Obligatory journalists whining about the number of launchers without even considering what that actually gives you as the player. Sure, something like GOG Galaxy is a decent stopgap, but even that isn't a perfect solution because you still have to install the separate launchers. The more I played on the Xbox Series X and PS5, the more I realized how much I missed the plug-and-play simplicity of console gaming, and how quickly we forget about how great different storefronts are for the gaming economy. And how different digital storefronts and the different ways to sell digital goods is, like, how soon we forget how great that is for the consumer. No. Simplicity. Is it annoying to have a bunch of launchers on your PC? Yeah, totally. It can get annoying, but the benefits you get from that are so worth it. Cheaper games. More options for where to buy your games. How is waiting an extra 10 seconds for a launcher to launch like a negative of the platform as a whole? It's an annoyance for sure, but the benefits outweigh that. And that's the main thing that annoys me with articles like this. It's like you focus on the negatives of the PC. Meanwhile, we're hyping up all these trivial features on the console, and a lot of them that aren't even exclusive to the console. And you're a journalist. At this point, you may be asking yourself, why didn't I just buy a gaming laptop? There are certainly plenty of excellent gaming laptops out there, and again, you link to your own fucking source, because let's be real, that's the only reason this article was written. But for my purposes, the current crop of MacBooks with Apple Silicon made a lot more sense. Again, it just comes down to simplicity and convenience. I'm not sponsored. Jesus, you linked 2 articles in 1 sentence. Holy shit. The current crop of MacBooks with Apple Silicon. # not sponsored. In my previous setup, I split my time between my gaming desktop and the iPad Air. I use my desktop for heavy duty and labor intensive tasks like gaming, video editing, and writing because typing with using a mechanical keyboard is more comfortable than a magic keyboard for iPad. My iPad Air was used for everything else like browsing the internet and reading. This setup worked, but since my gaming desktop was in the basement, I always had to go down there to do any real work. Okay, so move it. Just move it. Also, again, irony alert, your previous setup had a gaming desktop and an iPad Air, and that's somehow less simple than an Xbox, a PlayStation, and a MacBook. I know you made the title of the article and then just worked backwards for the sake of clickbait. That's how that's how all of these kinds of articles are written. They find a really juicy title and then they just work backwards from there. But it's moments like this that make it so blatant. It's so blatant. Oh, and this is the best part here. He says, the setup worked, but since my gaming desktop was in the basement, I always had to go down there to do any real work. The MacBook Pro fixes that problem. And he put that in its own fucking paragraph because he really wanted it to be a big punch, big impactful. The MacBook Pro fixes that problem. My MacBook Pro of choice was the 16-inch version with the M1 Pro. It's big enough that I won't necessarily need an external monitor, but still compact enough to carry around. The M1 Pro has been more than enough for serious audio video editing, has flown through sucking off Apple. Please come on my face. Best of all, I can take it anywhere I want. I can still get the same power, even unplugged. I couldn't even do it on my gaming laptop. This seriously reads like somebody from the fucking Genius Bar wrote it. Oxymoron of the centuries, fucking Apple Genius Bar. Having the MacBook Pro also provides an ecosystem of benefits, of sticking with Apple products. Along with the iPad Air, I have an iPhone 12 Pro, AirPods, Apple TV, and an Apple Watch Series 7. Again, just look at all my money! Here's all my money! My family also uses Apple products. This makes it much easier to sync everything together, with the obvious exception of my Windows 11 gaming desktop, which I thought you got rid of that. I guess not. Switching to a MacBook Pro allows me to take advantage of the ecosystem benefits while having something portable that I could use throughout the house and on the go. Now, is there some nice ecosystem benefits to Apple products? Yeah, I have an iPhone and a MacBook, and I like being able to send text from my MacBook. That's about it. That's really the only big ecosystem benefit I can think of. And is that enough to keep me on an iPhone and a MacBook? No. Once my current phone plan expires, I'm probably switching off an iPhone. And once my MacBook dies or is in need of an upgrade, I'm probably going back to a Windows laptop. Apple fans are a weird group. Like, they gotta own everything, they gotta buy everything, and then they can't regret their purchases. Like when's the last time you heard a journalist or someone who really likes Apple products criticize Apple in literally any way? It's a fucking cult and it's weird. Unfortunately, between work, family, and other outside obligations, I just don't have the time or money to maintain a gaming PC. But you bought a Series X and a PS5 and a MacBook and 5 million other Apple products. Woo-wee! Having a powerful laptop that plays well with the Apple ecosystem, along with the tangible upgrades of the PS5 and Xbox Series X, makes my life both simpler and more convenient. The MacBook Pro is not a very powerful machine. Compared to what else is on the market that you can get for significantly cheaper than a MacBook Pro is not very powerful. Really, the only selling point of Apple computers is the Apple OS, if you like it. And yeah, like the ecosystem between products. But even then, the ecosystem between products is not enough to keep me on Apple. And again, you're just fucking breezing over the irony that you keep saying simplicity. It's simpler this way. To have how many additional machines? Like what? How much money did you spend? Again, what? This dude is jacking off so hard at the prospect of an Apple partnership. Lest I sound like an Apple commercial. What? No, not you. My PC building days aren't completely done. I still get the itch to build and still gaze longingly at CPUs, graphics cards, and cases while I'm at Micro Center. In fact, since graphics cards prices seem to be finally going down, I will likely build another computer this year for my daughter as either a birthday or Christmas gift. Will I ever go back to PC gaming? Never say never, but for now, the combination of the MacBook Pro and then Xbox and PS5, we're just forgetting that one, makes my setup far more adaptable. And for now, I'm not looking back. And again, glossing over the fact that there's almost nothing that an Xbox can do that a gaming PC can't now. Like that's kind of the whole thing Microsoft was going for. Oh boy, not to sound, I don't mean to sound so angry in this video. I don't mean to sound like an angry gamer. That's really not my intention. I'm not mad that the dude has a MacBook. I'm not mad that the dude has a console. But what really burns my chicken is how blatantly this article was written around the title and how frequently he contradicted himself. I had a gaming PC and an iPad. That was too complicated, so I got 3 new machines, all with different operating systems. What? I don't have the time or money to maintain PC gaming, but I got 3 different machines, all of which are expensive as fuck. What? Journalism needs to be better, and until it is better, I'm going to continue harping on it. Now, as a tech and gaming writer myself, does this kind of burn bridges for me? Yeah, and I don't fucking care, because I respect my craft more than I respect brands. And it kind of pisses me off that it's starting to feel like I'm the only one who does. Toodles.
I'm kind of swinging right here.
Bottom floor. Loba,
Right,
she definitely saw me.
Other team right there.
I'm teabagging in the window with a Loba. So I got people rotating to my left, northeast, right here.
Contact with target.
Yep, I see her. Should I ult her?
Yes.
Fighting here, in there. We can take high ground right here and still be in zone. Play the edge. One of them's cracked.
Hit bow.
I just fucking whiffed every single
Knocked
shot.
one.
Knocked 2,
Nice
full
job.
team dead.
Last 2 in there.
Left side. Path cracked.
Stay here. They gotta come to us.
Yep, hold here. Last 2 teams are right there. I need to loot a box though. Alright, 1 team dead. No light ammo.
No, still two teams.
No light ammo. I think they're just hiding in the thing. Do you have an accelerant?
No.
Fuck.
I'm gonna play high ground. I have the Kraber. It's on
high ground. Cracked.
Path
Almost
is
cracked.
in zone over here. Path is going for a full rotation around here.
I'm rotating to you. I think it was a wraith I shot.
Oh, on the roof. I see him.
Yeah. I heard a shield over here.
Recharging my shields.
Pushing me. Path cracked. Path 1. Nice. Last person. I'm gonna loot that box.
I see her.
Just giving my shields a recharge. Listen up, I'm
Right here.
making contact with
I'm
enemy.
pushing right side.
Cracked.
I'm swinging right. GG. We are just built fucking differently.
Built
You are the
absolutely
Apex
differently.
champions.
Good lord.
Fucking 2v like 17 and we come back and win it.